What's up guys, it's Johnny here from Retroplay Games, and today I'm super excited to bring a product opening of the much anticipated Grand Archive TCG. I've got a fresh case of booster boxes here, as well as all the starter decks, and we're going to crack this stuff open and see what it looks like. Let's do it. Alright guys, so we've got the Grand Archive starter decks. We've got a Grand Archive booster box from a fresh case. This stuff is hot off the truck from distribution, just coming in today. The game launches tomorrow, Friday. I'm not going to release this video until midnight, so I'm not breaking the street date or advanced spoiling or anything like that. I don't want to get in trouble with Weebs the Shore, but we do have some product here. We're going to take a look at it. I've been super pumped for this game. I'm going to be honest with you. I played a lot of TCGs, and I think that Grand Archive really has some staying power here. The mechanics are great. The collectability aspect of it is great. So the Kickstarter version had special collector ultra rares of all the heroes. We do have a chance to find some of that stuff in these versions as well, but they're not serialized to my understanding like the Kickstarter edition was. But there's still goodies in here. This still appeals to collectors. The artwork is different on some of the cards between first edition and Ultra edition, which is essentially the unlimited version of it. Is Ultra edition is what we have here. I wasn't lucky enough to get my hands on any Kickstarter product. I'm still looking. If anybody has any good deals on some booster boxes and some of that first edition stuff, please let me know. I'd like to get my hands on some at a good price. If we can work out a trade or something like that. This is the quote-unquote unlimited edition. They don't call it unlimited, they call it Alter. I don't want to take up too much time explaining it. If you want to see more about Grand Archive, you can go to gatcg.com. It's going to introduce you to the game. It's going to introduce you to the rules, the collectability. They've just announced the organized play system is coming soon. I don't have any of that product on hand. It hasn't arrived to distribution yet. We wouldn't be allowed to open any of it anyway, so we're going to have to wait until I get that on hand and actually do an in-store event where everybody gets some, and we'll film the opening and what that stuff looks like. That's your best chance at getting foils. Like I said, they do care about the collectability in this game, so foils are actually something special to open. If we get some decent foils in this box, it's going to be really great to see that. It's not like a lot of the modern TCGs where there's holos in every pack and everything is holo and everything is super special. This is a grassroots approach to TCG games. It's an anime style game, so all of the artwork is done by brand new original anime artists that have been hired specifically for this project. If you want to check out my previous video on Grand Archive, 2 videos on Grand Archive actually, I did the print and play where I printed all the cards in the game. You can see some of the artwork and stuff there, as well as my very first introductory video when I first found out about it. I have been more pumped for this game than any other release so far this year. Like I said, I think it's got some real staying power, and I'm really excited to see what the team has done. Fractured Crown is the next set. The developers of that have already released information and a couple of spoilers on what that's going to look like. It's bringing some new mechanics and new ways to play the game to the table, so look forward to that coming soon as well. But in the meantime, I don't want to talk too much more about it. Like I said, gatcg.com if you want more information on the game. We are here to take a look at the product, so we're going to get started with the starter decks here. It's a great place to start with the starter decks. There are 3 classes that are available in this, as well as a special Assassin starter pack that's available as well. So they didn't produce an Assassin starter deck on its own, so they give you a starter pack of cards that you can open to get the cards that you need to play that class specifically. So this is a class-based game. It's kind of like Flesh and Blood in that regard, or other TCGs where there's kind of a class system. There's several different heroes that are available. I'm trying not to open this without breaking it. It's very unique packaging, to be honest with you. Not sure if that folds open. Perfect, that's good enough. Here we go. So we got Sylvie here. She's the Tamer class. We've got Rai is the Mage class, and then we have Lorraine is the Warrior class. Look at the artwork on these. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I have one of the demo decks here. Lorraine was the demo deck, so much more plain kind of packaging. These are the full decks, so anybody that came and got one of these, we're giving them out for free at the store. Really hyping this game, really pumped about it, want it to do well. This deck just has the basics, there's no elements or anything in it, whereas the starter decks here are finally introducing the elements into the game. So this is fun to play, and it's super easy, free to get into, obviously just a quick demo of it. But the real depth of the game comes from the ability to customize your deck with the different elements, and that's what we're getting introduced to here with the Alter Edition starter decks. So we're going to open one of each of these, and there's supposed to be some assassin packs in here as well, so we're going to open one of those, and that comes with the assassin hero as well as some key cards that I don't think they included in the Kickstarter edition of the game. So we've got set these aside. I've got actually a ton of pre-orders that I have to fill. We've got some people at the store that are interested in getting started in it as well. But without further ado, let's get into these. So there is also the chance to get some of those special collector rares in the starter decks as well. Weaves of the Shore, like I said, really taking it up a notch in terms of appealing to the collectors as well as just the players. So I really hope we've done well with the previous box openings that we've done. So I'm hoping that we're going to continue that hot streak, and we're going to get one of those special cards in the deck here. So, oh, okay. Well, there's a... Okay, so yeah, here you go. Quick start guide. If you want to scan that, not sure how good that's going to work. It's pretty sharp on my screen. You can scan that. It'll take you to gatcg.com for a little quick start action. You can learn how to play the game and get started. It's super easy to pick up, difficult to master like any good card game is. I think fans of any TCG are really going to enjoy this, especially the anime fans for sure, but there's something here for everyone. The gameplay is super in-depth, and it's just beautiful game. Very well done. All right, we've got our cards here. I've got some sleeves in case we do pull anything incredibly spicy. Push these off to the side, and let's take a look at what is in the Sylvie deck. Okay, so we get Sylvie with the pack, and one thing, like I said, the artwork is absolutely beautiful, but another really cool aspect of the card game is the backs of the cards are actually embossed and textured. You can see when I hold it up to the light there. The printing quality, absolutely amazing. I think you saw on the box in the introduction of the video, these are made in Taiwan. Very high quality printing. Very cool anti-counterfeit measure with the embossing, the texture on the back of the card there, kind of reminiscent of the Flesh and Blood logo, but just beautiful artwork there. Sylvie, this is my favorite hero. She's kind of the underdog, unfortunately not the strongest hero at this point. There were some rules changes to make her better, so that's exciting, as well as the spoilers for the new set have introduced some new cards for the Tamer class as well. So I'm excited to see where she ends up going in terms of her competitive viability, because Sylvie is absolutely my favorite hero of all of them. The Spirit of Water there, so on enter, draw 7 cards, and this is what determines the element of your deck. We've got Sylvie, Wild's Whisperer, our level 1, and then Sylvie, Loved by All. So I'm not sure if these 2 cards were our opportunity to pull one of the special collector's rares there. Come on, autofocus, there we go. But it doesn't look like we hit one of the special Sylvies, which is unfortunate. The collector ultra rares from the Kickstarter version, the first edition, are selling for absolutely insane amounts of money right now. So depending on the number that you get, we're talking thousands of dollars to get your hands on some of those special collector rares. Each one is serialized and individually signed, so each signature is unique, and that unique signature is printed onto the card by the artist that produced the artwork. This is our material deck, so once a turn you get to manifest a card from your material deck, materialize a card from your material deck. So it, like I said, it kind of has the same class system as Flesh and Blood, but instead of having your hero and all of your equipment on the table, you start as just a weak, tiny little spirit, and then it's up to you to level up and make the summoning choices strategically in terms of how you want the game to play out and what your opponent has done. Powering Harmony there. Grey Wolf, so we have Tamer allies. Allies are kind of like in Magic when you summon your creatures. They come sit out on the field and can attack and defend for you and stuff. And that was one of the big rules changes between first edition and Alter edition, was that allies can defend even though they don't have this pride mechanic fulfilled. So Specifically with the Tamer, you have to be a certain level in order to use certain cards. You have to fulfill that pride mechanic. Your allies will be able to defend for you even though they don't have that pride mechanic fulfilled. So that really took the Tamer class up a notch and is making her a lot more competitively viable. Additionally, some extra cards were introduced into Altar Edition to help power up the Tamer class just because she was vastly underpowered. So that tells you a lot about the development of the game. The team that's making this, Weebs of the Shore, is, again, like I said, the publisher of the game. They really care about player feedback. You know, there's been a lot of active testing on Discord. There's a Grand Archive community server where you can jump onto. People have been playing games on Tabletop Simulator. People have been doing webcam games with the print and play stuff. So they've taken into account all the results of all the testing and all the player feedback, and they do really listen to the players in terms of the feedback that they get. So they care about the development of the game. They care about keeping things balanced and fair, responding to the things that the players want to see. There was some collation issues with the first edition boxes not having, you know, the proper distribution of the collector rares and things like that. So they've made some changes to the way that works in the new Fractured Crown set that's going to be coming out. Like I said, definitely care about the community. Unlike, you know, you hear horror stories about a lot of other TCG producers, TCG publishers, and even big game publishers. When they start to get a little bit too big, they just don't really seem to care about the fan base so much anymore. Hasbro. You know, so that's not going to be the case with Grand Archive. I think this game, like I said, has some serious staying power. If you haven't checked it out yet, please get your hands on Tabletop Simulator, or you can still use the print and play tool. So if you don't have a community nearby or a store nearby that's carrying this game, right now I believe all of the Altar Edition boxes are sold out, but you can still print the cards. You can still play on Tabletop Simulator. Like I said, I think distribution kind of underestimated how popular this was going to be, at least from a Canadian standpoint. I'm not sure what the US market looks like. I follow the Facebook groups and I follow the Discords and stuff, but I'm not sure what it looks like in terms of their allocations. I know distribution here, they secured exclusivity for the game, and then they received way more pre-orders than they had product availability. So there was tight allocation on this. I got as much product as I could. I ordered, you know, the amount that I needed in order to secure some of the organized play kits, because that's really what brings people in. They want to get that free stuff. They want to get those free promos. And it immediately sold out, all of it in pre-orders, like literally immediately. So I had to double up. I was able to thankfully get all of the boxes and all of the product that I requested. So huge shout out to my guy at distribution. I appreciate you taking care of a little tiny store like that and helping me to help make this game a success. And just look at the beautiful artwork on these Terra. So there's special advanced elements that you can customize your deck with as well. Boom, we got Virtus Gaia's Roar, the big guy in the deck. Pride 10, super hard to use him, but he is definitely a beast. So that's it for the Sylvie starter deck. No special collector ultra rares in our Sylvie deck here, unfortunately, so maybe we will get one in the Rye or Lorraine decks. That would be super cool to see on camera. Or there's still the opportunity to get some special edition versions of some cards in the booster box that we're going to be opening as well. So that's Sylvie there. I am intending to actively play this game. I put the plastic on here, so it's not going to fit in there properly. There we go. We're going to be running an event at the store tomorrow, so I have people coming out. I've got still tons of demo decks on hand. And then of course we have the product here, so I'm going to be doing an introduction night for this. We'll be teaching a bunch of people how to play. If you're local to the area, come on out to Retro Play Games tomorrow night. We're going to be running cards until midnight. This is going to be your chance to get your hands on this. Like I said, it's sold out. Allocation gone. It's going to be short for a little bit until more print runs come in to distribution. So if you want to get your hands on this, now is going to be the time to get your hands on it. Don't sit and don't wait. Boxes are going to continue to go up in price for the next little bit while the supply is super short, even though it's the unlimited print run. So get your hands on it now. I've got plenty of stock. If you want to stop by the shop, grab yourself a starter deck, grab yourself a booster box. get you taken care of. I pulled the all the stuff off the website for now. I want to make sure my locals get first crack at this because that's where the local play community is going to be at the store. And once all my locals are satisfied, I'll put the boxes back up on the site. You guys can order there at the link below, shop.retroplaygames.com. Now, here we go. Rye, the Archmage. Rye has been dominating the online meta 100%. Spirit of Fire, Rye, Spellcrafter. I think it's 1 in 75 starter decks that have the opportunity to get one of those special cards. So it doesn't look like we got any of the special cards in this deck either. I'm not sure if there would be one tucked away at the back, but we're going to go through it and we're going to find out. Like I said, Rye has absolutely been dominating the online meta, dominating the tabletop simulator meta. He and Lorraine are definitely the top 2 heroes. But Sylvie is quickly catching up, especially with the changes that have been made to the rules and the new cards that have been introduced, as well as upcoming cards in Fractured Crown. Barrier Servant, so again, beautiful all original anime artwork. New artists have been commissioned specifically for Grand Archive. For any of you that are going to be attending your local anime convention, Anime North is the one that happens here in Toronto. The Grand Archive team is actually going to be there, so I'm going to try to make an appearance. I'd really like to meet the guys that produced this game. There's going to be some competitive events and stuff that are happening. Organized play hasn't 100% launched yet, so like I said, we didn't receive the, I'm just going to kind of speed through here. We don't need to see all of the duplicates of every card. Magus Disciple, beautiful artwork. Can't wait to see some foils out of that booster box. Anime North or your nearby anime convention, the bigger ones, are going to have the Grand Archive team there. There's going to be some competitive tournaments and stuff. There's going to be product hopefully available depending on allocation, how quickly the next wave of restocks comes in. Scry the Skies, that would be a beautiful foil for sure. And then the Ascent is going to be the big national championship tournament. Unfortunately, there's not really an international competitive scene yet, because again, the game is just getting off the ground. They had record crowdfunding on Kickstarter. I shouldn't say record, like other projects have been funded to a higher amount, but certainly super fast filled. They got over, I think, over $1 million in funding for this, but it's just a small team. They've really put a lot into the artwork and the development of the game. So once things kind of get going and sales are good, they are planning to introduce bigger competitive events in other countries. The Ascent is happening down in Houston. I believe this is happening in August. You'd have to check gatcg.com 100%. I haven't, it was just recently announced. I haven't committed that to memory yet. But there are special versions of the Elemental Heroes that are going to be available as prizes for those events. And then it's really cool. Like I said, they really care about the collector community with Grand Archive. So what's going to happen is there's 2 different paths that you can go down to compete. So you can do the Path of Steel, which is... oh man, and it slips my mind. I'm just so excited to finally get these cards open and check them out in person. The Path of Steel, and there's another way to go. And essentially what it is one way will be to play the game competitively, and then the Path of Silver, that's what it's called. Thank you. The Path of Silver is going to be a collector's event, essentially. So whoever comes in with the most blinged out collection, most complete collection of cards, they submit their collection to the judges to be taken a look at, and you can either win the card based on your competitive skill or your collecting prowess, or basically the size of your wallet, which maybe it's going to be either way, depends on the size of your wallet. Some of these singles are incredibly expensive for the time being, but there's 2 opportunities, 2 ways to go. So you don't have to be competitively good at the game in order to win prizes. You do have the opportunity to bring the best collection down to Houston and take home that Path of Silver opportunity. So that's going to be something to look forward to. And then, like I said, as the game progresses and the team continues to build and things continue to develop with this game and with the team, we will see more of those events coming to different locales. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be making it down to Houston for that event this year. But for any of you that do end up going, I wish you the best of luck. And I would love to have somebody come back and comment on this or one of my other Grand Archive videos and let me know what that experience is like. I'm looking forward to seeing something about it on YouTube for sure. So here we go. This is the Lorraine deck, the Warrior class. You're going to be familiar with the classes. Anybody that's into TCGs or played fantasy games or anything like that, it's nothing new here. But the customization options are really what takes it up a notch. So it's not, you know, like in Flesh and Blood or Magic, you choose your colors or you choose your class. In Grand Archive, you choose your class, and then there's 3 different elements as well that you can customize your deck with. So the customization goes a long way. So you can play this card, this hero specifically, 3 different ways based on all the elements. 4 technically, if you don't want to use an element, you can just use the non-elemental spirit, but of course that's no fun. Spirit of Wind, beautiful. Come on, let's get that special collector's rare. Oh, we got Lorraine Crux Knight. Doesn't look like we're getting one of those special cards in our starter decks. We do have, just look at that, just beautiful character design. Of course, it appeals to the weebs more than anything, of which I am a proud member of that community. Bauble of Abundance. And Sword of Peace. This is what you can expect from your Lorraine starter deck. She's more, like I said, the warrior class. So her material deck consists more of various weapons that you can summon, and then you get allies, other warrior allies that are going to hang out on your side of the field and help you attack and defend as well. Lorraine is a super powerful hero. She's a lot of fun to play. You get to use that Crux element. There are some special promos and stuff that Weebs of the Shore has put out for some of these cards. You can get your hands on foil versions of them already. So like I said, there is already an active Discord community of people buying, selling, trading, playing. So it's not, definitely not an unheard of game. It is picking up steam. People now, you know, as soon as the Kickstarter came out, there's been a lot of attention that's come to the game. And then, like I said, the pre-orders that I had available on my website sold out immediately. I got a lot of in-store pre-orders as well. So I'm looking forward to having a thriving community of players for this at the store. It is draftable. One of my customers, one of my regulars, that's what he likes to do the most is draft, not necessarily constructed play. So they were, the dev team was asked about that, and they did go ahead and change things up a little bit to make the game draftable. Some cards were added and things like that in order to make this a draftable game as well. So you have more than just the constructed format. I'm sure there'll be other fan-made formats or other formats will get introduced into the game as well as we move along. Weaponsmith, like, look at that artwork. Playmats are microfiber. I don't have a playmat, a Grand Archive official playmat yet. That is something that I'm looking to get my hands on. That stuff was all relatively limited edition, so you had the opportunity to get sets of the playmats, and then there were deck boxes featuring the Lorraine and the Sylvie artwork. I didn't end up jumping in on the Kickstarter. I didn't find out about the game until it was too late to back it, otherwise I totally would have. And then they had an event where they opened up the merch store on the Grand Archive website. So I think a lot more of this stuff is coming. Like I said, it's a small team working with limited resources to print all this stuff, design everything, pay all the artists. I think they've done a great job with the resources that they have available. And like I said, you know, I want this game to be successful. The more sales we can get for it, the more people we can get interested in this, the better things are going to be coming down the road. Spirit Blade Ascension. Spirit Blade Dispersion. Can't wait to give these a try tomorrow. Got the demo decks, so if you don't have to have one of the starter decks. If you want to, like I said, if you're local, come out. Print and play is totally fine, or if you want to use one of the demo decks, it's totally fine as well. but we do want people to get into the game, so there's tons of product that's going to be on hand for you guys at Retroplay Games. And then of course, once the locals get their fill, shop.retroplaygames.com will put the orders back up again. I just don't want it all to sell because, like I said, the hype is real. The shortage is unfortunately real at this point in time, but what can you do? That is the Lorraine starter deck, and that tops off all 3 of the starter decks that we have available at this time. We'll take a look at the special Assassin card pack. Let's cut that. Perfect. So this is Xander. He's the 4th hero that's currently available at this point in time, and then there's smaller, like littler heroes that you can get as well. So he's got weapon there, Orb of Choking Fumes. So that is the Xander stuff. Put these in sleeves so they don't get lost. Haven't tried out Xander yet. I have played Sylvie. I have played Lorraine. One of my regulars is a Rye player. I do love myself a Magic user. Okay, there we go. Set the starter decks off to the side, set Xander off to the side here, and then without further ado, we have Grand Archive Alter Edition Booster Box. Let's get one of those sweet, sweet special variants in this box. Come on, Weebs of the Shore. Keep my luck going with these box openings. Oh man, it feels so good to finally have this product in hand. I've been pumped about it. I've been pushing it at the store, trying to get as many people as I can into it, awareness out there. It felt like it was going to take forever, and finally here we are with the product in hand. So let's do this. Oh, okay, some box topper stuff. Oh, I think these are for drafting purposes. So you get copies of the Elemental Spirits there so that you can draft. Spirit of Fire. Yep, 100%. Those are for drafting purposes. Set those aside. There we go. Really, really nice packaging. Got those special, nice dividers in there and everything. Beautiful packaging. Great job on this. On these products, the presentation, the artwork, and everything. Waves of the Shore, if you're watching this, shouts to you. This feels like a premium product. They've done a great job with the booster packs. They feel nice. It would have been cool to see them go with the paper style booster packs that Legend Story Studios uses for Flesh and Blood. Of course, they're more economical and environmentally friendly than the plastic-y kind of packs that we have going on here. But you can see that there was some thought put into the development of these packs as well. They've got a little bit of a serration here. Not sure how well that's going to work out, but it should be easy. Nice and easy to peel that open and get right into it. So let's give it a try. Oh yeah, okay, that's real nice. Opens nice and easy. Not struggling with it like I seem to tend to do in my Pokemon videos. Some of that plastic there makes it a little bit tougher. But all in all, not too hard to open. So our first pack, we got a Lorraine Blade Master, got a Trained Hawk, Crusader of Asa, Mark the Target, Scry the Skies, Planted Explosive, Harness Mana. Look at that artwork, man, it's beautiful. I can't wait to see our first foil. It's like we got to be getting foils in these boxes. Okay, there's one of the other. These are called Lineage Break champions. So you can level her off of level 2, and then she is going to take over as your hero. Arcane Sight and Power Overwhelming, a secret rare there. Nice. Super rare, sorry. Super rare. This isn't Yu-Gi-Oh! Or Pokemon for that matter. Okay, so packs, ultra rare, common, common, or uncommon, uncommon, common, 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 common. Okay, so like I said, getting some of these cards is actually relatively difficult. So ultra rares are ultra rare. Foils are actually cool, rare things to pull. So they've really catered to the collecting crowd here. with Grand Archive. I'm very happy to see that. So I think the easier way to go is to go this way. We don't want to potentially damage any cards. Packs are nice and easy to open. Like I said, that's refreshing to see. Oh, we got Xander, level 3. Or Hazi's Chosen. Give Bath. Inspiring Call. Sudden Steel. Bushwhack. Bandit. Weaponsmith. We're going to be powering up our Lorraine deck. Menagerie Beastbonder. We got a Bauble of Abundance here. Prodigious Burst Mage. Getting into our uncommons with Spontaneous Combustion and a Melodious Flute there. And last we got Immolation Trap for the rare. Power Overwhelming. Get that super rare. That's pretty cool to see. Goes up to the top there. I might go deep on this. I'm just doing the one box opening for the video. I want to see how many boxes end up selling, but like I said, I'm so hyped to play this game, so I'm probably going to open some more boxes. Probably going to take this onto Whatnot as well to help spread awareness in the greater TCG community. I saw some people were doing that with the Kickstarter boxes. Packs were just insanely expensive though. Like, I get you want to make a profit, but the amount that people were getting for Kickstarter product right out of the gate, the FOMO was real. Now things are starting to settle down. I think, ooh, look at that artwork. Channel the Wind, beautiful. Like I said, some of these are alternates. So I'm seeing some of the artwork on these cards for the first time. Hazi Courier, there's a YouTube channel. Red Zone Riot, I think it is. Sorry, man, if you're watching this or you end up seeing this, I think it's Red Zone Riot. He had that card actually made specifically for him. He collaborated with Weebs of the Shore, had his own card made, so that is super cool. Got a title sweep for the rare in that pack. Looks like we're getting heroes in each of the packs. Refurbish. Windstream Mutt. Wind Sylvia is my favorite. Smack with Flute. Look how cute she is. Empowering Harmony. Blazing Throw. Just beautiful artwork, guys. Even if you just want to collect, if you like collecting games with good artwork, like Yu-Gi-Oh's got some really cool artwork. Pokemon's got some really cool artwork. Magic, Flesh and Blood. Grand Archive definitely keeps up with it. Meadowbloom Dryad for our uncommon. And then we've got an Orb of Regret, another super rare. That is a great card, actually. Orb of Regret is super good, so I'm happy to see that. This is my own personal box here. Like I said, with the Kickstarter version, and there was some collation issues, so hopefully that has been resolved with Alter Edition. We don't want to get shafted out of our potential ratios here. So whoever pre-ordered from me, if you're watching this, you're going to see that there's a fresh case that I cracked open. I think I'm going to do 6 cases total. So there, the potential to get those cool cards is still going to be there, probably after this box is done. Steamed Knight. Trusty Steed, Merlin, Memory Thief, beautiful artwork. Really cool to see Merlin. Planted Explosive, Bailing Breeze, Restorative Slash. Ooh, a foil. There we go, guys. It's a common foil, but it's a foil nonetheless. An Esteemed Knight. So that was what? 1, 2, 3, 4, our 5th pack. We finally received a foil. How many packs in the box? 24 packs. So we might see potentially 5 foils. Very cool. Esteemed Knight for our foil. First foil. Tempered Steel. Piper's Lullaby. Ooh, and a Dream Fairy for the rare. Also a really good card, especially for Sylvie. Love to see it. Can't wait to power up these decks and get playing. Do have a lead on getting a set of the first edition cards, and this is something you want to speculate on. Like I said, the quality of this compared to other TCGs that I saw, that were being funded on Kickstarter, Grand Archive was far and away the most polished, the highest quality product. Library Witch, Peer into Mana. So I think there's some staying power here for sure. Like I said, I think probably at least 50 times now by this point in the video. Grand Archive is one to keep your eyes on, so getting your hands on some of those first edition cards, like the market is kind of all over the place. And we got a Horned Beast calling there for the rare. The market is kind of all over the place in terms of the pricing, but I think it's worth it to pick up you know, a collector, like a master set of all of the first edition stuff. Just look at the alpha cards with Flesh and Blood. If this has the same kind of staying power that Flesh and Blood had, which I'm going to be honest with you, I love Flesh and Blood, but when I first heard about it, I had the same reaction to it that a lot of people are probably having with Grand Archive. Like, oh, this is a new game, it's probably going to be a flash in the pan, it's just a fad. And, you know, now look where that game is at. I have a solid weekly crowd that comes out to play it. I play it myself. I do love some Flesh and Blood. But those alpha cards are insanely expensive. I remember my buddy was like, hey, this game I think is going to take off. You know, it's really good. I can't remember if Flesh and Blood was a Kickstarter thing or not, to be honest with you. And I was like, okay, you know what? I'll take a chance on it. And then all of the Welcome to Rathe alpha products sold out. And I balked at the thought of paying $500 for a box of alpha Flesh and Blood. And I shoulda, because now those boxes are insanely expensive. Arcane Elemental, very cool. Those boxes are insanely expensive. And, you know, Grand Archive could go the same way. We've got the Unlimited Edition, or rather the Alter Edition, out now, so I think the price is going to be downward pressure on the pricing. Or the trend is going to be downward pressure on the pricing of some of the first edition stuff. A lot of people wanted to get their hands on the product to play, and now that there's a cheaper, more abundant source of cards, I think that stuff is going to start to dip in the short term, but who knows where this is going to go, right? So Weed to the Shore is going to be putting out new sets, I think, once every quarter. And we might see this really take off, and if we do, getting your hands on some of that product, well, it's still relatively cheap. I think you can get boxes for $250-ish Canadian right now for the Kickstarter edition, so it's definitely something that's worth taking a peek at. Just in case it goes to the moon, you don't want to get caught having had the opportunity to pick stuff up cheap and then not have it when it goes to the moon. Oop, there we go. Tempest Silverback, that's a good card for my win, Sylvie. And another Dream Fairy. Nice. So get your hands on it while the product is relatively abundant and still available. I'm hoping that the availability of Alter Edition product is going to put downward pressure on the sealed Kickstarter stuff too. I've been looking at some opportunities to pick some of it up. I was going to buy a case and open the whole case for myself. Now I think my play is just going to be to buy a box of it to put up on my shelf. There's a singleton of sealed collecting. So I'm hoping that the prices are going to trend downward now on sealed product as well, now that Alter Edition is available. Magus Disciple, beautiful artwork. It looks like there's a little bit of chattering on the edges of some of these from the cuts. So I'm not familiar with the producer of the actual physical cards. Oh, another Tempest Silverback. Nice. And a Channeling Stone. Get a rare there. I'm not sure if they have any TCG experience. I'm not aware of any other cards that are made in Taiwan. But, you know, a lot of companies will keep their supply chains kind of hush-hush, so who knows? But they've done a great job. Cardstock feels like it's good quality. You know, over time, the cardstock quality with other card games has kind of gone downhill. Granted, these guys are new, and of course, as a business develops and progresses, and people get, you know, more shareholders and more investors to answer to, the potential to have cost-cutting measures implemented is more real. But for the time being, this is a very, very high-quality product. Cardstock feels very nice. Blazing Throw, Juggle Knives there. Wonder how this is done. I wonder if the foils are going to be located Ooh, Terracite. Nice. Need that for Sylvie for sure. Reckless Researcher. And a Poisoned Coating Oil. I wonder if the foils are located in their respective slots in the booster pack. So if we're going to find the foil rares, foil ultra rares, etc. at the back. We got that common in the middle, so I wonder if maybe all the cards are going to be in the middle. Do we have the chance to get double rare packs? Nobody knows! There is a booster pack simulator that I haven't played with, and actually that's kind of funny now that I mention it. There's a contest on the Grand Archive Discord. You can play with the booster pack simulator. You just have to open the best cards, more value than anybody else, and then you get the opportunity to win a booster box, so that's pretty cool. Take a look at that if you want to. Like I said, whoops, it's a thriving community online, and now that the product is starting to reach local game stores, I think this is really going to go somewhere. I'm super happy that it's finally here. It's an uncommon Warriors Longsword. We're going to get a foil Spirit Blade Ascension for the rare. Rudy, get a hold of this, man. Help us take it somewhere. Get in on MetaZoo. MetaZoo is just garbage. Sorry for any MetaZoo players. I don't think anybody really plays the game, to be honest with you. It has become the butt of jokes in the TCG game. Rudy, Alpha Investments. You threw your weight behind MetaZoo and it's terrible. Get behind something like this. This is a great game and it needs the awareness that you can bring to it. Not that Rudy is going to see my channel by any means with my 50 some odd subscribers. But Rudy, you see this. If anybody in the community can get a hold of them, this is the kind of game that we... Oh, yeah! There we go. Grand Crusader's Ring. That is one of the big pulls of the set, ladies and gentlemen. It's not a foil, but it is definitely a staple card that you are going to want to get your hands on. Nice. I am super happy to see that make an appearance in this booster box. Grand Crusader's Ring, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not sure of the value on these. Like I said, I think the secondary market is still trying to find its footing in terms of pricing. Now that Alter Edition has come out, what's going to happen with the first edition printings and stuff. But this is definitely one of the cards that is going to be valued and people are currently paying a decent amount of money for. You also have to keep in mind the value of boxes over time for especially, maybe not so much the Alter Edition because it's the quote-unquote unlimited printing, but for the Kickstarter stuff, people are speculating on that. There's only 70 of each collector rare special variant of each of the heroes, so we may never see all of those. If people tuck boxes into, you know, let's say I buy that one box that I want to get my hands on, it just so happens to contain that collector ultra rare. There are people that are tracking the openings of these. It's kind of a big deal when you get one. Like I said, they sell for thousands of dollars. People are grading them. So we may never see all of those cards surface, and as you know, the stockpile dwindles. I think there was, I can't remember the number offhand, I think there's like 15,000 boxes that were produced of the first edition. That's it, you know? So every time somebody opens a box, the value of all the sealed boxes goes up, and then the potential that people are going to sit on those boxes and have those collector ultra rares and foils. There's only a certain number of first edition alpha foils. You know, we're not gonna, oh cool, I love the artwork on these. The first edition had special full arts of these that are just amazing, and I would love to see those in foils, but that's cool. We got ourselves a super rare Avalon Cursed Isle. But as time goes on, you know, if nobody opens those boxes and nobody, like, we're not able to track where all of those, and maybe some of those collector ultra rares get opened and then never reported to the community. But the value is just, it's guaranteed to continue to rise over time, provided that the game gets enough traction and popularity. So it's up to you guys that are watching this, that are interested. Get your local game stores to carry Grand Archive. Ask about Grand Archive. Tell people about Grand Archive. This game is amazing and we want it to succeed and do well. Trusty Steed, look at that artwork. Glacial Guidance. Windrider Vanguard. Sharpening Stone. Are we going to get another foil? It's been a, how many packs? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 packs. And one foil. So you can see, guys, the collectability is real here. Ooh, a Spark Fairy for the rare. getting a foil is a big deal. So that even though that's a common, and even like the first edition stuff is crazy, even though you get like a foil common, you know, there's maybe only 1,500 copies of that card. So it's worth quite a bit of money. A foil Grand Crusaders Ring Alpha version is like $1,000 card. Last time I checked. There is a marketplace Discord, so there's a Grand Archive community Discord and the official server where people hang out and stuff, and then there's also a marketplace, so you guys can see for yourselves what the value looks like on some of these cards. Trained Hawk, Crusader of Asa, Mark the Target, Scry the Skies, oops, Planted Explosive, Harness Mana, love that artwork, would love to see that, and you know what, I'd be happy to get any of these cards. It's kind of too bad that it was a normal element card that we got for our foil, because they are absolutely beautiful, and I want to see what these elemental ones look like in foil. Tempered Steel, what do we got for the final card here? Lakeside Serpent for the rare, that's going to be a good one for our Sylvie deck if we go water. Over halfway through the box now, folks. Again, super happy to get that Grand Crusaders ring. It is a beautiful, beautiful card. I think that's one of the ones that also got an alternative artwork. Rye Mana Weaver. Give Math. Oops. Inspiring Call. Sudden Steel. Looks like we've got a decent amount of Lorraine cards as well. Probably going to focus more on Lorraine. I think she's my second favorite in terms of the way she plays. Ooh, Prodigious Burst Mage. Look at that. Like, we're not gonna lie to you. Like I said, this appeals definitely to the weeb audience, but even if you don't care for anime, you can't deny that the artwork is beautiful and the gameplay is just phenomenal. Ooh, Galahad. Okay, that's a good card to pull. Super rare there. I think Galahad's gonna have some value too. We'll have to see. Once people start opening product tomorrow, there's going to be a massive flood of this stuff on the secondary market. I got an offer in from somebody to sell me basically a complete playset of all of the first edition cards. I think there's like 36 cards missing, he said. Xander, Prepared Scout, there we go. Another Grey Wolf for our Sylvie. Inspiring Call. I'm tempted to pull the trigger on that, but I'm going to completely... Oh, we got a foil at the bottom of the pack. I just gave it away there. Can't wait to see what it is. It looks like some sort of elemental card, hopefully. Fireball, Mordred, Flawless Blade. There we go. Warriors... We're getting the normal foils again. That's okay, though. Uncommon, foil uncommon, Warriors Longsword. Really love to see that there. That's our second foil of the box, and we're honestly getting pretty close to finishing up here. Nia, Mist-Veiled Scout, another rare blue or water champion there. Secondary market is going to pump, because like I said, this is the stuff people are going to get their hands on to play, not necessarily for collecting. So we're going to see how this all shakes out in terms of what the prices look like once people start ripping their boxes and getting it on the market. I do intend to carry singles, so I'm going to be opening more product. Like I said, I want to obviously build my decks and play them, but I also want to get in on the ground floor of the singles market. So I'm going to be putting these on the website as soon as I can get Drawn Blade, as soon as I can get my vendor to add that into the inventory system for me. Oh man, love the smell of new cards. Team Sam X1, anybody? The dude goes ham on smelling his cards. Even my son's into it. He knows what's up. We get new games, new stuff, and open it up. He's like, "Ah, Daddy, smell! It smells so good." Like, I know, son. I know. Merlin again. Nice. So you can kind of see the distribution of stuff in here too. I guess I haven't 100% been paying full-on attention to what's been going on here, but I think we've only gotten 2 Merlins, and she's a common in this box. Discordia, Harp of Malice. Nice. Super rare there. You only need one copy of the Regalia cards, which is nice, so I think that's going to help cut down on people's costs. But that's one that I do need for Sylvie, so I'm happy to see it. Strategic Planning, Zephyr Assistant, Freezing Hail, Mordred, Flawless Blade. Can we get one more foil? I want to get one more foil that's not a normal foil. Owl Familiar, need that for Sylvie for sure. Looks like we got a Luxem Sight for the uncommon there, and a Invoke Dominance for the rare, which we need for Sylvie. Great. Down to the last couple packs. We got 4 packs left. Let's see if we can get one more foil and a special collector ultra rare to round off this video and call it a day. Not any in the starter decks. So we got 2 boxes. We got 3, 6, 9, and then 3, so 18 starter decks total. I believe it's 1 in every 75 decks that you might see one of those. And I saw somebody opened one up and posted about it on Facebook today. So they are definitely out there. Set the traps. Whoops, keep doing that. Reckless Slash. Spark a Light. Beautiful artwork. That would be a cool foil to have. Freeze Stiff. Eager Page. Beautiful artwork. Shout at your pets! Ah! Sudden Snow. And Storm Tyrant's Eye for the rare in that pack. Lander, Formation Ritual. Oops. Careful Study, Imbue in Frost. Enraged Boars. I don't think, I guess, like I said, I'm paying 100% attention. Ooh, Channel the Wind. Love that art. I haven't seen any of the new cards. Ooh, okay. Man, every single foil has been a normal one. I really wanted to show off some of those elemental ones, but hey, you know what? It is what it is. There we go. Crusader of Asa. We got our 3rd foil of the box. Another Tempest Ape, Sudden Snow, and a Hurricane Sweep. Haven't seen any of the new cards that were introduced into the game specifically for the Tamer class yet. Not that I can think of as we've been going through the packs anyway. Cremation Ritual, Cram Session. It looks like Killua from Hunter x Hunter. Been watching that show. If you haven't seen it, super good. Port Smuggler. Fireball. Can we get one more foil? Can we get one more non-normal foil? Come on, Pack Luck Gods. Let us get one more non-normal foil. Ooh, 1,000 refractions. Okay. The Luxem cards look super cool. I love the gold. I bet those are beautiful in foil, to be honest with you. I think we've done pretty well on super rares. We'll have to go through. We'll do the breakdown here. So we get 1 ultra rare. We get 1 ultra rare per box, I guess, maybe. Maybe there's going to be 2. Maybe we get another ultra rare in this one. Last pack magic, guys. Less. Here we go. Been killing it on these recent box opening videos with the Yu-Gi-Oh! We get the collector's rares and stuff. Pokemon, we've been getting those high-end, big pulls and secret rares and all that kind of cool stuff. Let's finish this off strong. Come on, Gods of Pack Luck. Kami no Kado. Wilderness Harpist. I've been studying Japanese, so I just find myself slamming out Japanese phrases here and there. Tempered Steel. Poison Dagger. Are we gonna get something foil super good back here? Ah, Nia Mistveiled Scout for the rare. Last pack. There we go, guys. That is Grand Archive Dawn of Ashes Altar Edition. We got Dragonite and Rayquaza joining us here because I don't have a Grand Archive playmat. So let's see what the breakdown of the box ends up being. Not really going to go through the commons and uncommons because we don't really care about that. What is the good stuff for the collectors out there? So we ended up with 3 foils per box. Given the rarity of foils, considering there was what? 1 in every 8 packs we got a foil. There was 24 packs in the box, we got 3 foils, so about 8 packs on average is going to have a foil in it. Okay, so 1 in 8 packs a foil, potentially. Who knows what the collation was like, if that got sorted out or not. Grand Crusader's Ring. This is an ultra rare. We got 1 in our box. 1 ultra rare per box. I'm not sure what these look like in terms of the playables. Thankfully, we only need 1 Grand Crusader's Ring because we had to open a lot of cases, I think, to get a playset of 4 of them. If that was the way we were trying to go. Super rares. We got our Discordia, Harp of Malice. We got Galahad, Court Knight. We got 1,000 Refractions as a super rare. And I think there was, yep, we got Avalon and maybe 1 more in here. Yep, okay, so there we go. Orb of Regret was a super rare and Power Overwhelming. So we got 6 super rares in the box, 1 ultra rare. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 rares. And then again, the commons and uncommons, don't really care about the breakdown on that. How difficult is it going to be to get playsets of all the cards that we need to play the game? I think actually somewhat difficult, to be honest with you. So that's a good thing though. Like it's, I mean, kind of a good and a bad thing. It's not going to be super budget friendly for people until a flood of these cards hit the market, but if it is tougher to get playsets of some of the more desirable playable cards, that means the cards that you pull out of the box are going to be more valuable, and therefore either more valuable on the secondary market for cash or trade, which is going to be good for you guys that are trying to get your playsets and stuff together. So anyway guys, thanks for watching. This is Grand Archive, Dawn of Ashes Altar Edition. I'm super excited, super pumped for this game to release, and we're putting this video out at midnight. Again, if you're local, come to Retro Play Games tomorrow evening. We're going to be playing some Grand Archive and getting product out to people and starting to check the game out in terms of building a community. And once everybody in the locals have been taken care of for their product, shop.retroplaygames.com, you're going to be able to order some product, get it shipped directly to your door, and you too can take a chance at getting one of those sweet, sweet full art collector's ultra rares of, I think it's the secondary class heroes in the game. So gatcg.com, guys, to get more information about the game. Check out the Discord, check out the community Facebook pages, get involved with it. This game is amazing. I can't wait to see where we go from here. Thanks for watching, guys, and until next time, play on.